Right, a very good morning to everyone here. Welcome to the cream of the crop for Q2. We can see quite a lot of us here already, and just want to say very warm welcome to one and all our Huang divisions and preeminent group teammates. So right now we have at least 40 of us here, so early in the morning. And well, I think we all have one thing in common, right? Which is to be inspired, which is to be motivated, especially at the start of the day, like this morning, and also to learn so that we can be propelled for the remaining 2 months of the year. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everyone here is awake already. If you have your coffee with you, good. If you have water and everything. So if you're ready to be inspired and to learn, please do me a favor. Can you type 1 in the chat so we can see that we have some energy here? Just type 1 in the chat, right? Morning, Stanley. Hi, Wijaya. Hello, Eileen, Nazir, Roger, Jasmine, Eric. Yes, see so many. Okay, good. Very good. Right. Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I just want to touch on the market for a little bit for Q2 and Q3. And wow, I can say just 2 words is hot and amazing, right? So who's with me? Who has felt the market, right? Which market segment has been doing very well? Maybe you can type in the chat. Which market segment has been doing very well? HDB, yes. Only HDB? Private? CCR, yes, definitely. Zach is the one in charge of all the most CCR projects. Except commercial, okay. But we see shop houses moving, right? Shop houses. Private resale. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Airport. Can you all hear me? Yeah, so HDB is moving, private resale is moving, private new launch, commercial, not so, but we see a lot of shop houses changing hands. Even GCB market is booming, and all of this, almost every market segment is booming in the last 12 months. So we also see prices have increased since 2020. The transactional volume is also at a record number for 2021, right? And yet in July, what did MAS say? The property market is not overheated, right? So can you believe that? And then after that, we see government land sales. The developers are all very hungry for land. And even in places like Lentor Central, if you still are not, haven't heard of that place, is in Yio Chu Kang, is in District 28, outside of core region. Even that kind of land can be bidded for at least $1,200, $1,200 per square foot just for the land alone. And that would translate to an estimated launch price of at least $2,000 per square foot. So moving forward, in 2022, we definitely will see OCR prices will start to launch at least $2,000 per square foot. So if you are holding some buyers who are looking for new launches, and if you can find an RCR new launch below $2,000 per square foot, do push your buyer to buy before all the supply runs out and the market will price up again by next year. So with that, we see all the headlines and the news happening. We read the news every week, and then there's record prices. We read that there's price increases. The market is very hot. En-bloc activity is also gearing up. We have in October itself already got about 5 gearing up for sale already. So our clients might have already read all about this. They might know even more than us. Okay, so the big question is, are we in the market now as realtors, as agents? Are we ready to close deals? And are we benefiting from this market sizzle? So if yes, then and you've been riding on the wave, then very good for you. Very happy that you're making good money and you're closing deals. Okay, so just to update all of us, in Z Huang divisions, our group itself has done very well. In Q2, the gross commissions add up to $17 million, and this is $17 million cold hard cash in our pockets in just 90 days. Okay, so it's also a 15% jump from Q1 sales. So maybe if we all join hands together, we can all buy maybe a pair of old semi-Ds and then go and redevelop it, right? So we can become Z Huang division's developer. So, but more importantly, this also means we are one of the market leaders in terms of sales, and you are definitely in the right division, in the right group in Z Huang divisions for your success. So if you haven't taken advantage of the market yet, then I think tuning in now is right for you, because you're going to be hearing from and learning from the best in ZHD. And so we are very happy to have with us today 5 top achievers, and I'm just going to name them. We have Brenda Ko, who's ZHD second top achiever for Q2. We have Donny Lee, 4th top achiever for Q2. We have Vivian Liu, top new achiever for Q2. We also have Billy Yu, 5th top achiever for Q2. He will join us later. He's on his way. I think he's quite busy. He's going to join us very soon. And also we have our top manager for Q2, Jael. Okay, so if you can just put in the chat, show some appreciation, because it's really an honor and a privilege to have them accept our invitation and take time out of their busy schedules to share with us their success stories and share with us some tips with later on. So now I just want to pass the time over to our DD Sky Chiu to start off the first segment. Sky.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Okay, we are very honored to invite our ZHD Q2 top sales performer today to share their trade secret with us, okay, to their real estate success. So this sharing sessions is going to be inspiring, motivating, and encouraging for everyone, okay? So stay tuned till the end of the whole sessions. Each of the achievers have a lot of tips and secret to share with all of you. Okay, today we will begin our first dialogue interview with our Q2 top new achievers. Okay, Vivian Liu. Okay, Vivian joined real estate in February 2021, which is in Q1. So immediately, we in the next quarter, Q2, she is awarded and recognized as our ZHD Q2 top new achievers. Let us welcome Vivian.
Welcome, Vivian.
Hi. Vivian.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, Vivian, can you do introductions of yourself so every one of them know about you before you start to share?
Sure. So so before I joined real estate, I was the sales for tech companies. So basically, I started my sales career in tech company since 2012. During the almost 9 years journey, I have gained a lot of cutting edge product knowledge. For example, like the software as a service, you know, like the BI, AI, automation, RPA, all the stuff. And I have gained a lot of industry insights, and I can do both direct and indirect sales. I can do account management and the partner management, as well as, you know, how to do the, as well as the best practices for the customer retention and the customer success, sorry. And I have won top performer award for FY15 and FY18, 2 years in a row when I was in Salesforce as a BD sales. And I have also achieved 100% and 155 quarterly quota as a commercial account manager for Tableau business. And I have also hit my quota 100% for the first quarter when I joined a tech company called Nintex as a regional account manager. And I also achieved 111% of my quota in January FY20 and 100% in April FY20 as well. So, you know, I do love to bring my consistency, you know, in terms of the performance and the results, you know, to ERA preeminent group, ZHD group as a new realtor. Yeah.
Wow, that is a very long and successful track record that you have.
Yeah, her track record is really amazing. She has a very strong sales background, and she has a winning attitude in everything she does. Okay, she hit all her quota or even outperform her whole quota for her sales. Okay, so Vivian. Okay, Vivian basically let's share about Vivian performance in Q2. So as a new realtor that joined in February, so immediately in April, she actually clocked in $86,182 in commissions in closing one new launch at Twinville. Okay, so Vivian, I think as a new realtor in the industry, a lot of people will want to know your trade secret on what's your prospecting method that you use actually to secure this lead for this project.
Sure. Yeah, because each of us only have 15 minutes each. So long story short, okay, so it is actually, you know, my Sifu Donny and Twinville's feature tagger Billy's effort to help me to obtain and convert this lead to my very first client eventually and successfully. So I think all credits should go to these, you know, two of my 贵人, my fortune man, you know. Why I see that? Because, you know, when I joined real estate, you know, just this Feb, right? I was so green and I don't have any clients or listings to start with, you know, as a beginner, right? So coming in very timid and nervous at first, not really knowing my place, you know. So so at that time, you know, Sifu Donny, you know, really come up with the right strategy, you know, for me as a rookie, you know, together with other newly on board RES as well, which is the project selling, right? It's just like, you know, when you open up your new store, you need to put up some goods on your shelves, you know, to really kick off your business. And Donny did introduce us the right project to start with at that time, which is the Park Clementes. Until now, it's still a very good, you know, group buy project and all-time, you know, best-selling project so far, right? So from this project, I started, you know, focusing on doing new project in the East and having the opportunities to get know and be familiar with other projects as well, like in the West, for example, like Twinville, like West Grand, you know, Midwood, you know, etc. And I started, you know, creating, you know, those listings across all the platforms, you know, including like Property Guru, 99.co, SRX, WeChat, 朋友圈, you know, Small Red Book, and other social media platforms as, you know, Facebook and IG, right? So after I started, you know, getting some leads, you know, from above, you know, both warm leads and cold leads. You know, it was Donny, you know, again, you know, who introduced my second 贵人, you know, Billy to me, right? You know, for the tagger. And by the way, you know, so Donny is one of the most resourceful leaders I have ever met so far. You know, whenever I ask him for help, he is always very responsive and gives me the answer I want with our certainty, you know. For example, like, you know, he always says that, you know, use this, it's the best, or, you know, call him, he is my best favorite tagger, or, you know, call her, right? She is my killer, you know, or, you know, use this, you will definitely benefit from this. I really appreciate the help. And Billy did help me a lot, you know, for all those viewings, either in Twinview or West Grand. I think because his previous job is a teacher, so he was always on time and being very, very patient to my buyers, and try to answer almost every questions as much as he could. And in fact, guess what? You know, a lot of my buyers prefer, you know, talking to him more than me, and ask him, you know, if, you know, they can contact him directly, right? But Billy explained to them in this way, like, you know, please, no, please contact Vivian, you know, although she is very new, but she is very honest and she is very, very hardworking. You can trust her, and you can contact her for any questions. We are the same, we're in the same team, so no problem. Yeah, so that's, I was very touched and felt grateful and blessed, you know, to have such a trusted team member, you know, to work with, to close deal together. And after every viewings, Billy will give me some feedback and suggestions, you know, in terms of how to follow up with those leads. And they encourage me a lot, you know, telling, hey, you know, don't give up too easily, you know, just keep moving forward, keep promoting, keep following up. Yeah.
Hey, Vivian, sorry to interrupt a bit. I think a lot of us would want to know in specific how, what kind of prospecting method, in which source did you actually generate this particular buyer for Twinview? Like you mentioned, you actually prospect yourself in Property Guru,
yes.
Facebook, 朋友圈, WeChat, and probably Facebook marketing. But in which channel that you actually get this buyer? Is it a referral? Is it a buyer from Park Clementi's that you swing?
Yeah, yeah. This lead is from Park Clementi's. Is a cold lead. But you know, this buyer, you know, have the budget issue, so I swing the buyer from Park Clementi's to Twinview and West Grand at that time, because you know, it's just like, you know, in the East, you know, if customer have the budget issue, then we will swing the customer from other project to Treasure, right? Then in the West, it's the same. You know, if customer did have the budget issue, then we will swing them, you know, to either Twinview or West Grand. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, what kind of marketing did you did to generate this lead from Park Clementi's? How do you get this buyer from Park Clementi's?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, you know, I start creating my listings, you know, for across all the platforms like Property Guru, you know, 99.co, or SRX, and other social media platform as well. And this lead, if I think is from either Property Guru or, you know, SRX or 99.co. It's a cold lead. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, how many leads did you actually generate from your portal that ultimately you secure these loyal buyers who follow you, who listen to you, you know, to different show flats, and end of it, they decided that this is the project, this is the unit that you recommend to go into. Can you also share with us any setback, any obstacles that you face, and how you actually handle them and convert this into a sale in specific?
So to be honest, I didn't really count, you know, on the number of the leads I received, but there was quite a few leads for those projects, you know, in the West. Although, you know, most of those leads, you know, end up either disappearing, MIA, you know, with no response, or deciding not further proceed further. Yeah, but I truly believe that if you know, you put in the efforts, you know, or you take care of the job, and the, you know, the work is gonna take care of you, right? So in the end, you know, I think it's just a matter of time, right? And the solid lead, you know, the true buyer will come to you eventually. And at that time, I think I'm quite ready, and with all the, you know, the help and support, you know, from Donny and from Billy, you know, and from all the other team members. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm here to drill you into more in-depth. Okay, so basically for this buyer itself, what kind of actions? Okay, for example, you get this buyer, how do you ask him to come down to Park Clementi's to see show flat, or you just go through with them or over just virtual tour? And what kind of step-by-step actions that you actually convince them that there is another project that you might be interested? So can you share with us more in-depth focus on this buyer itself and how you have the journey with him and you to do the project?
Yeah. So as I mentioned just now, right, you know, I truly believe that, or if you take care of the job, then the job will take care of you, and you know, the money will come. So I think I was quite lucky at that time, because the buyer at that time is quite ready. So she has been, you know, looking for a new property, you know, in the West for almost 3 years, and during which she has already engaged with quite a few agents out there, right? And so when I met her, you know, she is already a ready buyer, is almost want to buy, you know. So with all the BANT, you know, the budget, you know, authority, needs, and timeline, everything is ready, you know. Yeah. So yeah, so because her comfort zone is in the West, right? So, and there's not many choices for her, you know, including Park Clementi's, Twinville, West Grand, Midwood, and Normanton Park, right? And I think the key compelling event for her is she has a few, you know, friends, you know, who have already bought the units in Twinville. I think that is quite a compelling event for her to choose to commit on Twinville finally. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, how do you manage to you know, bring her to follow you? You know, buyers nowadays can easily call their friends who is also an agent to go with to show flats and stuff like that. They can also Google for Twinville, for Park Clementi's, for agents that they can contact for direct show flat appointment. How do you actually retain?
Maybe we just break it down and connect the dots on reverse. So the first thing that this buyer did, they called you or they messaged you. Is
call
it true?
Me.
They call you. Okay, so
Yeah.
when they call you, what did they say? Can I make an appointment to go down to the show flat or what?
Yes, yes. So I still remember she called me when I was under, you know, on the cab, you know, on the way to another viewing, you know, and she asked me if I can arrange some viewing for her, you know, either Thursday or Friday that week. Yeah, so because she is so ready at that time, you know, so
specifically looking for Park Clementi's.
Yeah, the lead is actually, you know, triggered, you know, from Park Clementi's listings. Right. Yeah, so I show her, you know, the Park Clementi's, but she has some budget issue, So later on, I swing her, to Twinville and West Grand.
Okay, so after when you realize that she has a budget issue, then how do you realize that she has a budget issue?
Yeah, because
the price too high.
Yeah, the price is a bit higher for her. So she is looking for some unit, with PSF less than 1,700.
So how about your listing? Was your listing price based on what was available then already? Or she called you because maybe your listing price was lower and that's what she can afford?
I think my price is quite following the developer direction at that time. And I think one of the reasons why she chose me to call is because originally I'm from China, just like her, So and she can't really speak English properly, so she preferred to speak to speak in Mandarin. That's why there's no like communication problems between her and me, right? So in Chinese is like mainly 沟通没有障碍compare she communicating with local Singaporean
yeah okay, so that's how you connect with her. Then after that, when you realize that there's no unit that can match her budget, then you suggest, say, maybe I can show you something else that might match your requirements. And then how many days apart is from when she saw Park Clementi's to Twinview?
Yeah, so actually it's quite a long journey, from the beginning to the end, to close the deal. It takes about 2 months to close. Yeah, so during which she has viewed quite a few other projects as well, like Normanton Park or Midwood, with other agent at that time. Yeah, she's very transparent with me, and the agent, take her to the Normanton Park show flat is actually, one of her friend agent referred to her. Yeah, so she's very transparent with me. But I think there's some chemistry, stuff, between she and me, That's why, eventually she decided to work with me, for her property, purchase. Yeah.
Okay, Vivian, we hear you. So basically, in your transaction and journey with your buyers, trust is a very important issue. Okay, that you actually connected both of you, because you mentioned that she actually have a lot of agents. So because you're probably from the same country, same probably accents, she have more trust. You find someone that she can relate to you. So I probably in general. So basically, when we connect to our clients, you have to speak their language. Okay, you have to acknowledge and to find the right project for them. So trust will be slowly built out from that itself.
So I think from here we also can see that being trustworthy is more important than the knowledge, because when we are able to connect with the lead, they will still follow us, even though we are not as familiar with that project, because that's why now we have the tagger system, we have the DDs to help. So as long we have the genuine lead who can follow us, or we can serve with wholeheartedly, then they will follow us, and then we can always connect with other taggers and they can do the closing for us. So the most important thing out here is, I think, that Vivian has done is that she really casts her net in every platform that she can. Of course, a lot of us just rely on Property Guru or 99.co, then end of story already. But from what we hear, she has put in even places which I don't know, which I never heard before also. So I think that is why our titles, right, in real estate is not salesperson. We start as marketing executive or associate, right? And then we end up with a senior marketing director, because in the end, our job is to market ourselves, to market our listings. So if we are only going to use just one platform to market our listings, then I think it's not enough to be a top achiever. So
Yeah, I
that's what I
yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think Xiaohongshu is quite popular right now. And if you really want to, crack into China market, Xiaohongshu is really powerful. I also get a lot of leads, from Xiaohongshu.
Xiaohongshu is an apps, or it's a website, or it's a forums?
It's an apps.
It's an app.
Yeah.
So anyone can actually download,
yeah,
and register yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
If you are targeting China market, targeting, China, customers, it's a really powerful tool for all of us.
So that's different from WeChat?
Yeah, different.
Okay.
Yeah, even more popular than WeChat right now.
I see. So Xiaohongshu in English is Little Red Book, right?
Yes, I think so.
but they don't call it that in English, right?
Yeah, all the leads I get from Small Red Book is from China. It's original from China. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, so I would say that in Vivian closing, there is this teamwork. Okay, there's teamwork, and as a new realtor, she actually follow what was being taught. Okay, she will just market herself, market her listing in all the relevant portals, channels that she have. Okay, there is no 100% winning source. Okay, you have to really broadcast yourself to maximize your exposure. Okay, closing is actually a number game. The more number of leads, the more number of inquiries that you get, the higher chance that you can probably close the deal. Okay, so don't be disheartened when you have a few not successful deals, things like that. There will be more coming in, and if you learn the right roles, you find the right people to support you, they will actually bring you to the result that you are looking for. For example, Donny as her mentor, okay, we direct her on what to do and she follow, okay. And of course, finding the right tagger in the show flat is also very important, because tagger also have a very skillful role to convert your leads to a sale. Okay, talk to the right person, you can find the right persons, then you will have your closing in times to come. Okay, Vivian, so basically, can you also share with us on what's your directions and things that you're preparing for yourself in 2022?
Yes, I think that's a very good question for me. So I think the main topic for year 2020 is year 2022. The next year is it's being a better version of myself as a realtor, and also be the raw before you are the raw, right?
Okay. So before we end this interview session with Vivian, we allowed 2 questions from the ground that you can ask Vivian. Okay. Any questions from the ground that you will want to ask Vivian?
Yeah, I have one question. What subscription do you get for a property guru, and how much you spend? How many listings do you have right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I subscribed the advanced version. It's about like $1288 a year, something like that, for the first time. For the first year. And right now, I think I have total about 30 listings in total. Yeah.
Are those all new launch or mix?
Mix, new launch and the resale condo and the resale HDB. Yeah.
So you really fill up all the listings that you subscribe to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so basically now you have a resale condo and resale HDB listings. Where did you get this listing as a new realtor?
Yeah, it's a really good questions. I want to share with everyone here. So one listing, resale listing, for the HDB is actually from the Grab Pro. It's the exclusive, benefits for all the preeminent group realtors here. So I quickly grabbed the listing, from Grab Pro, and just with one viewing, I closed the deal. So it's really a low-hanging fruit for me. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing tool.
Okay.
Pro.
Okay, thank you, Vivian. Okay, for sharing with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Sky and Andrew.
Thank you. Okay, so I hand over the mic to Andrew.
Okay. Well, so we have next up here, very familiar face in ZHD. Actually, in fact, he was already on our first episode of Cream of the Crop in June. So can you believe it? Yet again, this quarter he emerged as the top 5th achiever in the whole of ZHD. In first quarter, I think he already clocked about 210K. This quarter 2 already did another about 220K in 3 months. So very, very impressive. And he just rushed down from I think another appointment. He's always very busy, and he's none other than Billy Yu. Let's welcome Billy Yu.
Hello, morning everyone. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Billy here. Yeah. Okay. Just reached home from an appointment now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just to let you all know, just now Billy was trying to connect from the car, but I think there was no sound, so he faster rushed back home. So really thank him for his dedication to this segment. And so thankfully he's just in time to share with us. Okay, so for those who are new to you, maybe you can give a short introduction of yourself, Billy.
Okay. Morning again, everyone. My name is Billy. All right. I'm in Marvin Lee's division. Okay. So I joined real estate about 4 years ago. I used to be a teacher. Okay. So teaching PE and math. Working very closely with Marvin in our previous school. Okay. So I'm very fortunate that I spoke to Marvin, and then at the end we joined preeminent groups and all. Okay, what I really enjoy so far is that the sharing culture is very strong. Okay, people are very willing to help. Okay, not just within the division itself. Okay, sometimes I even reach out to people like Z directly. I remember I went down to 𝑦𝑵𝑬𝑫𝑵 and actually chit-chat with him. Okay, I have people like Donny who we always message one another a bit, chit-chat a bit. Okay, so very not forgetting Jonathan. Jonathan always very helpful to me and share with me a lot of things. So this is something that I really enjoy working with people in the group and divisions. Yeah. Okay.
What I see very similar with the teachers, former teachers, they are really have this very sharing heart. So they really like to teach fellow colleagues, and also I think clients love them even more. So I can see that with your willingness to share and teach others for your clients, they really stick with you. So you have a very good mix of deals in this. Okay, there's new launch, there is HDB, there's private resale. So my first question to you is, since this is the second time Cream of the Crop dialogue, right? So I'm sure by now, October September, October, you probably crossed 500,000 already, right? Or
I
more,
think a bit more lah. Yeah.
So should be reaching 1 mil. Yeah.
I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do differently that has made you so consistent this year?
Okay, I wouldn't really say what did I do differently. I would rather put it, what did I do consistently? Okay, because I think one thing when I first met Marvin, until now I still remember these things, because when I talked to Marvin, I wanted him to coach me and all. Okay, so I put my faith in him, and he tell me one thing, really, 听话就行了. Okay, until now I still remember this sentence, 听他的话就行了. Okay, so he made me do a lot of things that is out of my comfort zone, but even at the end of the day, it's really helped me with my career. Okay, just take one example, personal branding. Okay, I really adopt that very strongly and faithfully lah. So if you guys are in my Facebook, you actually notice that I will say almost every day I will be posting something. Okay, shouting a lot of your achievement, shouting a lot of your closing. I think some of these are just pitching to your friends or your social media following that you are doing well, you are doing pretty good. If I need an advisor, I probably want to look for you, kind of things. Okay. Of course, I do hear some negative feedback about very holy and all those something, but I look at it this way. Okay. Kelvin taught us the same thing. Zach taught us the same thing. Marvin taught me the same thing. Okay, I mean, these are leaders that are very successful. And if the leaders are that successful and teaching us all this, so why do I choose to be negative to say, hey, it doesn't work? Very how late. I take the leap of faith and I jump into it and I follow faithfully to it. And so far, it's giving me pretty good results. Okay, I always share with Marvin, very happy because after every Centurion Cup, we just take a photo. I will have 2 friends calling me and asking me, hey, bro, I want to talk to you about property. Okay, if I don't take advantage of all this branding that is done by the group, okay, the leaders, all right, I think I'm not doing good favor in return for them lah. So I would say consistency, doing what is right, continue doing what is right. I think it definitely help you to propel your career.
Okay, so can I just rewind back? So if let's say someone wants to do this social media branding, but don't have closing yet, so at the start, how do you do this branding? Because now I see you at almost every day closing one, or you're doing almost closing. So let's say if it's 2 years ago,
I still remember when I first joined. Okay, I think what was within the first month when I attended our Z1 Division annual award. Okay, it was at Martin Modern Show Flat. I was a nobody. I was nothing. I got no closing. I mean, 1 or 2 small closing kind of things. But my Marvin told me, let's take photo with the awards that the teammates have won and pose it. You know what I mean? I mean, I will never really brand that I win all this award, but it actually, these are some of the small little things that capture attention because people in social media, they pretty capable one. Okay, when I still remember when I was a teacher, during my break time, I would be looking at people's Facebook, what happened to my friends and all those other things. Okay, people tend to find out a little bit more about one another, and they like to find out a bit about the positive things that you have done. Okay, so although yes, you might not have a closing yet, okay, but if you have a viewing, if you meet a client, okay, you actually open up to let people know that especially for new agent, you take a photo with your clients that you meet up with, okay, it let others feel that, hey, I'm not the first kuntu that meet up with a new agent. Okay, I'm not the first person that I engage a new agent to be marketing, sales marketing for my property. Okay, so that opens up a lot of opportunity. Okay, so don't be shy. Don't keep thinking about the negative. Think about the positive, because initially for the first month when I post, I don't really have a lot of referral. I don't really have a lot of closing yet. But as it comes along, okay, I think it will kick off. I mean, I always share with my agents and my Marvin also. Okay, can you believe after 4 years, my friends know what I have been doing and eventually call me to sell his property. It could be a HDB, it could be a lender, it could be a private condo. But consistency doing it.
So
Okay,
that's the key. The key learning point is to be consistent in taking social media seriously to help us market ourselves, to gain credibility. Step by step, might not be a closing, but as long people see us doing some form of real estate work, then it will gain more traction in the long run, and we will see big results like this after 3 to 4 years.
Right.
Okay, so let's go back to your deals. You have one major big deal here at 4th Avenue, right?
Yes.
And if I recall, our last session of Cream of the Crop, you were literally in 4th Avenue Residences.
Correct.
For appointment. So is this the closing there?
Yeah, that was a closing.
So maybe you can just share with us on this closing.
It's just like one of the earlier example that I share. I've been active in my social media. Okay, just one fine day, my friends who never like my post, who never really link up lah. Okay, except that sometimes in group chat we do have some complications and all. Suddenly just post and ask me, "Hey bro, I want to talk to you about property investment." Okay, so just like that, then met up with him, share with him. I mean, we always prepare our own personal presentation kits and all those other things. Okay, and I always like to share my own investment journey. Okay, so with that, then we shortlisted a couple of projects to view. At the end, they picked 4th Avenue. Okay, so yeah, the day when I was sharing the last round, we closed it on the day lah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think there's 2 things that achievers should have. One is to have dedication, and second is to have trustworthiness, which I think we already talked in just now with Vivian. So dedication is like when Billy, he says he's going to share, he won't say, "Hey, today I'm going to close. Sorry, I cannot be there." He makes it a point to split his timing, to do the sharing first, then after that go for closing. Then in the end, he achieved 2 things in one day. So really have to thank him for that. And then I think that is the good energy that comes back to you with the clients trusting you in the property plan. Okay, so just now you mentioned your property journey, right? Yeah. So even I see from your Facebook, I can see that there's some property plans going on. So you sold. Am I right to say you sold 2 of your properties?
Yep.
And maybe you can share with us why you choose to do so, and what are your rough plans ahead? Because this is like, you're not only inspiring us as a realtor, but as a property investor.
Okay. I recently sold my two condos lah. Okay. One is Twinview, the other one is Hillier. Okay. Moving on to landed property. Okay. So bought a inter-terrace at West Coast area. All right. I think again it always fall back to what I shared earlier on, because Kelvin keep telling us, okay, you need to tell people that you are a property agent. You need to tell people that you are an investor. Okay. We don't want to hide it, because we are salespeople. What we do, what we say actually makes a lot of impact. Okay. So and taking advantage of what I do to also help me with my career. All right. So why invest? Because the last round when I had lunch with Z and asked Z, how should I sell? Z says sell, then I sell. And landed, I mean, I do a bit of landed property also. If you follow that landed property landscape in the last year, actually everything all gone crazy. Okay, I mean, most of us do HDB, and if you think that HDB is crazy, I think if you check the landed property transaction, is even crazier. Okay, so me and my missus, we had a long discussion. We say, since we make quite a fair bit in our 2 condo sales, why not take a bit of take the deal of faith and buy a landed, and we have a bit more personal space. We have a bit more look at it as a long-term investment. All right. And coming back to it, I think being a teacher also, sometimes we like to lead by example. Okay. I personally, I felt that if as a property investor, we keep telling people to sell HDB, buy condo, but if you are not taking the lead, okay, I think sometimes it lacks a little bit of convincing elements in it. Okay, I'm not saying every one of us should, okay, of course, do within our means. All right. Fortunately, I mean, I'm quite old. Okay, my wife has a stable job. We have enough money. We have enough CPF. So we took our journey accordingly, and everything works out pretty well. So I also want to take advantage of this, that I can help other people, my friends, friends, and all, to also embark on the property investment journey, asset progressions, and all those other things. All right, and with you doing it, I think it is a lot more impactful. Okay, I think Vivian earlier on shared that I tag for her clients. Okay, very easy, you know. I just tell the buyer, I buy TwinView. You know what I mean? If I don't believe in it, I won't buy. So the buyer also probably felt a bit more convincing. Okay, so yeah, I do a lot of that lah.
Wow, so very inspiring. So Helia, you bought how many years ago?
2.5.
So it wasn't at the new launch time lah.
It wasn't. I was a bit fortunate because when I bought this unit, the buyer actually had a fire sale lah. Okay, yeah. So she's sell at a loss and I purchased at a profit. But I guess most of us know Helia is a 5 years project. Okay, 5 years generally to first owner, they a little bit at a disadvantage. Okay, so most of the time the second owner has a better chance to make a bit of money. Okay, so I write on two factors. Number one is fire sale. Number two, I'm the second owner. Okay, so
there was no SSD.
Okay, I do a long option.
Okay,
so my buyer will exercise slightly later, and then we pay ABSD to purchase first lah. Because even though touch wood, if he doesn't exercise, I have enough time to sell this unit again. So deal structuring and all.
So will you need to rent first?
Yes, I need to rent a place first. Okay, so anyone got you need to rent.
Well, actually, the rental market quite difficult to find. But
okay,
yeah,
I mean, but sometimes we also tell our clients that okay, do ask around. Okay, sometimes you might have something, okay, from your family members and all. In fact, my great-grandmother place is available. Okay, my mom's place is also available. It's just that whether you want to, yeah, correct.
Okay, so yeah, I would say it's a very inspiring journey for even us as agents to see you do this asset progression, and then of course to end up with the landed with your, because 2 of your properties have made some profit. Is something that we look up to also. So congratulations, and definitely also it's not just because you make money out of the properties, but you've been also working very, very hard, closing so many deals, so many Centurion Cup this year also. And yeah, I think it goes to show with consistency of small efforts, then it makes up to very big results. So is there any other Q&A for Billy from the ground? Anything can you put in the chat? Is there any questions? If not, anything from our own achievers? Anything to ask?
Fellow achievers, do you have anything to ask Billy?
Okay, so we have one question here from Nazir. Are you doing new launch only?
Okay, I am quite rojak. Quite rojak. HDB I do, new launch I do, resale condo I do, lender I do. Okay, so everything do.
So mainly what is your main prospecting?
Okay. Main prospecting, I will still say my business model still very 80-20. 80 from my warm leads. Okay, 80 from my warm leads. Okay, 20s are from my social, my Facebook marketing, PPC, flyers, and all those other things. Okay, so I don't really restrict myself in one segment, okay, because I still feel that there are many things to learn in every segment. Okay, like when I do landed, I pick up a lot of landed experience. If some of you are in my Facebook, you also know that I actually joined SAMI, okay, for on block, okay, which is really, really good, okay, because I need not to be very actively involved, but I pick up a lot of knowledge, and the knowledge that you pick up, the photos that you post, okay, it ended up with 3 deals because my friends started asking me, really, where got on block potential, okay. So really taking advantage of what you learn, what you do daily, you attend a course about industry, you post it. Okay, people who has interest might not PM you to find out more and all those other things. Yeah, so no fixed segment. I basically will just doing everything. I think maybe I just want to share one thing. Okay, I really appreciate that the leaders, okay, the friends, the agents in Preeminent Group in Set 1 divisions, they are very supportive. They are very willing to share. They are really very willing to share. Okay, I still remember when I was new, I talked to Jonathan. I talked to my own Millennium Division teammate Lily. I talked to Vicky. These are the very experienced agents that are very open, very willing to share with me how do I tackle different problems. Okay, so I think with that now I am a little bit more experienced. So sometimes when people ask, I'm also more open to share with them. The sharing culture here is really, really very positive. Okay, sometimes we just have to take with that positivity. Okay, don't always think that never wholeheartedly share one. Okay, what if works for him doesn't work for me one. But if you listen and if you try it, okay, consistently, I think results will come. I really believe in that. Okay.
Okay, so maybe one last thing, just a quick one. What do you see yourself doing in 2022?
2022, continue to work hard, may make a lot of money.
This one has always been what you're doing, right? Any certain segment, or you're just gonna continue?
No, I am just going to continue what have been doing right for me. I will continue to do it. And of course, I want to branch out and learn different different area. Okay, so it might open up different doors for me to try out. Okay, but don't forget, whatever works, must continue doing it. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for your words of wisdom, your inspiration, and also your generous sharing to us. So again, thanks for rushing down, and all made it in time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, guys.
Now we can move on. So Sky will take on our next.
Okay, and now next we have another inspiring achievers. Okay, she has actually 4 years of new project sales experience in previous agency before she joined us probably a year ago. Okay, let us welcome Brenda Ko.
Hi everyone.
Hey Brenda, can you do an introduction of yourself so everybody know about you?
Okay. So first of all, a very good morning. I'm Brenda. So I think Sky briefly mentioned I was with my previous agency for about 4 years. So I just joined Preeminent under ZHD division for I think now should be less than a year ago. So I'm pretty new here. I haven't met a lot of you guys yet. Prior to real estate, I was actually in banking. Not so much of the front face, because when I say banking, everyone assumes that, oh, you're a private banker, you're whatsoever banker. I said, not really. I was in banking with an American bank, doing compliance. Yeah, so you're more of like back end kind of thing, more dealing with data, back end, compliance, then make the switch to real estate. So it's been about 5 years already.
Okay, Brenda, though she's new in ZHD divisions, but she's not new in the industry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share a bit, touch on Brenda Q2 sales. Okay, amazingly, she have actually clocked 306,486 in commission. Okay, 306,486. which consists of 11 transactions altogether. Okay, 1 new project sales, 3 resale condo sales, 2 HDB sales, 4 condo rentals, and 1 shop house rental. Okay, pretty all-rounder, though she started off as a new project sales in the industry. Okay, what is more amazing in this figure is in a single month of April 2021, she actually clocked 288,000. Okay, which crossed our 250,000 benchmark, a quarter million commissions, which she got like infinite cup achievements in that particular month. Okay, this is amazing. Okay, for Brenda itself, we would like to touch on one of the major deal that clocked in more than half of what she clocked in the whole 3 months, which is a resale seascape deal with worth 4.5 million in transaction price, which actually clocked in about 184,000 in commission. Okay, so Brenda, I believe that a lot of people, a lot of us would want to know for such high quantums sales in today's market, how did you actually prospect yourself, or what is the prospecting method that you actually use to secure these particular leads?
Okay, so more of, I think, to be very specific to this deal, like this unit at Seascape, actually the client is one of my existing tenants. But I'll be very upfront to say that it's the very first time that actually I converted a tenant into a very high quantum deal, actually. So a bit of background. So my tenants is actually a family. They came from Germany. They have been my tenants for, I think, 4 years plus. Yeah, and they were staying in Ardmore Park. So their rental is a high quantum rental. They are paying, if I'm not wrong, it's definitely more than 10K. I can't remember, it was 12 or 15K per month. And then it was a bit, I think, more about timing and all that kind of things. They actually gotten PR. The husband and wife actually gotten PR, Singapore PR. All 3 kids are here in Singapore with them. And it was actually time for renewal of their lease. So it was more of like, so for me, usually I always maintain very close relationship, whether it's past clients, tenants, you know, everyone actually I keep them within very close contact with them. So I usually do my usual catch up, usual follow up. So when it was time for more like kind of like planning for a renewal, and because they got their PR, so we actually kind of got into a conversation. I actually proposed to them like, why don't you guys actually think of buying? But I actually just said it without thinking that they actually were, whether they were really serious, because, you know, the bit of background, like Angmos, they actually usually maybe would not commit to buy. You know, there's always that thing there that we understand that maybe Angmos don't buy. So I just brought it up thinking that, okay, open conversation, see whether they are, how they feel about it. So they say, okay, let them think about it, let them discuss. And then it was more of like, then they got back to me. They say, okay, maybe you can start looking at some to see whether how they feel about it. And looking at some, actually, it was very interesting because Sentosa was what they actually brought up to me. I also didn't think that the area that they want to look at will be Sentosa, actually. So, and very frankly, it's my first time dealing with Sentosa properties. So I've done CCR, but I've not done Sentosa before because I think it's quite a different market segment. So from there, it was quite a bit of learning as well. So Jael, my mentor, actually, she happens to be Seascape tagger. So from there, I got some like understanding on Sentosa. I actually really asked her to give me a crash course, like what I need to know about Sentosa, what are the differences in the condos there, all those kind of things. So with that knowledge, I could kind of serve my clients and brought them around. So they looked at some resale condos. Then Seascape was one of those. Then eventually the layout and all that lah. So they narrowed down to Seascape. Yeah. So the next step was actually to work out their finances and work out the details for them. First time purchasing, so they were very unsure about the timeline. So that the next step, even though after they shortlisted a unit, it took about 1 month to thereafter close them actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest setback that you face during this process?
I think the setback actually not so much from the clients. Actually, I felt that it was more of individual because I felt very new in this Sentosa segment. I was very afraid that in case they ask me anything or there are certain things that I don't know, I'm unsure of. So that was that part that I made sure I did a lot of homework. I did a lot of reading on my own. So I asked Jael about a lot of things. So like, Sentosa, there's actually, there's Sentosa management funds, all these kind of things that it doesn't apply to just our typical condos out on the mainland. So a lot of things, I think that was more of like it was an individual challenge that I had to overcome. But client sides were actually quite okay, not so tricky. It was only when it came to like more of mortgage, because Sentosa properties, not a lot of local banks can take mortgage as well. So that was when I actually had to source out different mortgage for them, and then with the comparison and all that. So eventually we went with Citibank.
Okay. So in terms of funds management or funds, incoming fund transfer for such a quantum for them as a tenant, I believe that probably currently in Singapore, they don't have ready fund. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I actually kind of have a bit. So it was sufficient for them to do the down payment.
Okay.
They can cover down payment and still a bit more lah. Yeah.
Okay. So going forward to exercise this deal, basically they will need probably funds from overseas.
Exercise portion was clear as well. Yeah, okay. They have it. Yeah. So I think that was something that I was quite thankful because I also worked out the funds portion, and then thereafter they have their ways of, in a way, still bringing the extra funds in. Yeah, so the exercise portion, the down payment, that part is all clear. Stamp duties as well.
Okay. Okay. So, Brenda, very good. So basically, what I hear you is that you secured this tenant 4 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, which is your first year in the industry.
Yes, correct.
Okay, this is your first year in the industry. So basically, during then, are you already focusing in CCR segment?
When I first started out, yes, I would say kind of lah, because I felt that back then when I started out, it was 2016. 2016 was quite quiet. And I think CCR back then was a bit tricky to actually kind of start off, but I wanted to just try out. So I kind of use it as a testing ground. So yes, I started doing CCR rentals. I started doing CCR TOP projects. Yeah, so that was when I kind of tried to actually place my focus in CCR to use it as a testing ground to see whether I'm suitable and see whether I will like it actually.
Okay. So at that time, do you actually represent the tenant or you represent the landlord?
That time I was representing the landlord.
Okay. So basically, as you can see, not many of us that though we representing our landlord, okay, we do everything that is at their best interest, okay. Somehow we neglect the tenant side because we don't directly represent them, okay. But at your situation, actually, you manage the whole situations very well, and the same developments, the same unit, it was renewed for 4 years.
Yes, correct.
Yes. High quantum rental renews for 4 years, actually not easy. Okay. Due to market change, okay, rental change, tenant may have different thoughts, and you maintain it well and you build rapport, and I hear you catch up with them. Catch up means over text message, or you ask them out for, a coffee sessions.
For me, I will use festive seasons to catch up with all my clients. So like for them, this family, Germany family, so more on Christmas. So Christmas, then I will send gifts down. I will make it a point that, are you at home? Can I drop by? So it's a physical thing, actually. So it's not so much on text. So because at least when I bring the gifts there, I'll be there for 1 or 2 hours. So I can just chat with them. We don't always talk about property because she actually gave birth to the youngest like quite some time ago. So we chat about motherhood, things like that. Yeah. So about different topics. So it's more of the rapport.
Okay. So again, rapport is the main things that you actually maintain the loyalty of your clients. So in your instance, basically, you have personal touch, and you are aware that probably you don't visit them in all of the festive. Okay, you know their background and what is the most celebrative festive seasons that they will enjoy, and you make use of that to send gifts. Okay, sending gifts is also part of your marketing.
Yes,
okay? It's a more important marketing avenue than you put in money in your property guru. Okay, because you have an existing physical clients which you can touch base on, and along the year you build friendship, you build trust. Okay, a journey that will last you probably for long, very long. Okay, and never you will expect that they, as a tenant, they will become your buyer. Okay, they will become your high net worth buyer.
All right. Yes, correct.
So this is very important. Okay, I hope every one of you will treat landlords and tenants deal very seriously and important. Okay, because that will lead you in a long-term relationship. Okay, into multiple deals to come. Okay. Okay, thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Brenda. Sorry. Okay. So basically, we would also like you to share on another new project sales, which is the M. Okay, this deal actually bring in 70,000 in commissions. Okay, can you share with us in particular this deal? How do you actually generate these leads and secure the show flex appointments from this lead itself?
Okay, for the M, actually the M is kind of, I wouldn't use the word referral, because this one is actually from my existing client. This is the son of my existing client. So I actually serve his parents. Yeah, so that's something that is back to the point that I believe in. I always believe in building rapport, long-term rapport. So actually these clients have three, this father and mother client that I'm serving, they actually have 3 kids. So this one, actually, this son actually bought the M from me. Then I'm actually servicing, also serving the daughter now, actually. So I believe, because actually I got to know them from the parents. So I felt that it was very important that I actually build very, very strong rapport with the parents, actually. So parents in the sense of like the mom, I actually will, that one is I will ask her out for lunch. So that's my way of building the relationship with my client. So I actually ask her out for lunch. I actually just one-on-one, me and her. So I ask her out for lunch. We will catch up, different kind of things. We'll talk about different things as well. Yeah. Then from then, she'll always remember me also. So she actually will tell. She's very nice. So she actually helped me to sell me. So she will tell the son, "Hey, you must look for Brenda. Okay, you have to look for her." So now the daughter also, okay, now you just have to look for Brenda, okay? I trust Brenda. You just need to go with Brenda. So it makes things very easy for me, actually, for that sense. So this is actually the first one from the son. Then now I'm serving the daughter. Yeah.
Okay, so for this deal itself, you actually penetrate into the family line.
Yeah, kind of. All right.
You then penetrate into a family line. So this is do you actually foresee yourself when you're serving the parents that you will have incoming leads from the family, from the son, from the daughter?
It wasn't a very short-term thing. So I actually, when I do it with the plan that is a long-term. So I actually served the parents 2.5 years back already. That means they bought from me 2.5 years back. But from all along, I've been kept in close contact with them. So this son actually, how he bought the M is he sold HDB, sold through me, and then bought the M. So I didn't think that, I mean, because HDB is like that, they have a young daughter. So I didn't know what was the timeline that they're going to take to sell the HDB. But I think it just happened that he actually did some investment and his investments paid off. So to him, it's because he investment paid off, he has money. So it was more of a timing. He felt that, since I have got some extra money, why not I sell my HDB, I buy something else. So of course, whether did I foresee? No. because I wouldn't know his investment whether will pay off or not. He suddenly have a sum of money. Yeah. So it was more of, I did it with a long-term plan in mind that down the road, I actually believe and trust that they will come to me.
Okay. So when they sell HDBs and close a deal with you at the end, are you the one who recommend the M, or they are the one who actually come to you, I want to see the M?
Recommended by me. They were looking for investment. The M is actually more for investment. The own stay one is another property. So investment, we actually showed a few. So based on budget, based on what they would like, and I think based on, their liking. So at the M is one of it. I actually recommended a few others. Mayfair, Avenue South, yeah, the key few lah. Then, but they decided on the M quite quickly because the wife actually liked the M.
I see. So I hear that they sold their HDB, and the M is an investment property.
Yes, correct.
So are you also serving them for their another property for own stay right now? Or
yes,
have already bought? They actually bought.
Yes, correct.
Is it a new project? Is it a resale condo, or what kind of project?
They bought a landed.
They brought a landed.
It was landed.
Okay. So this landed deal is it transacted in recently or already?
No, so this landed deal is quite interesting. So this landed deal, I brought them there. That's interesting to share with everybody lah. I brought them there to see. I shortlisted this unit for them. So end up, right, they know the sellers directly.
They know the seller, their friend.
So the seller was like one of their ex-neighbors.
Oh, okay.
So he was very upfront. So this client is very upfront with me. So to say that the seller actually approached them. The seller approached the buyers lah, to say that is it okay if they deal direct? So because the seller wants to save on the commission part.
Okay.
Seller's paying commission now. So is it okay if they deal direct?
Okay.
Then of course buyer also find that, okay, Lord, deal direct, you cut off from the commission, you give me a lower price, right? So my client actually asked me for my opinion and how to deal with it and all these kind of things. But I know that unit was that house was the one that they really wanted. And the price was right, location was right, everything was okay. So I just felt that it's okay lah. Then you all go ahead, you all deal direct. But if there's any questions, you just let me know. You know, like you all handle directly. So I was okay to let them deal directly actually.
Okay, but didn't the seller have their own seller's agent?
Yes. So there was the seller agent was a very poor thing. So end up also didn't get anything out of it. I don't know whether did the seller cover the agent a little bit lah. Yeah.
I see. So you did help your buyers to negotiate lower or to negotiate lower or to match the seller expected price?
Actually, we did go down a bit lower.
Okay.
So out of this, it became that they were a lot more appreciative of me. So I felt that it's okay because for me, my purpose is actually to just build a long-term relationship. So I lost out on that lah because they bought something about 4+ million. So if you're selling buyer private, you can probably ask 1% lah. So that's about maybe 40K lor.
Okay. Big heart, huh? Big heart.
I translate to savings for them. So, try to pull myself out of that. I mean, that my own situation and think of them in their shoes lah. Because and the tricky part was there was nothing else I could swing to. Because landed house is quite big. There were no other landed houses that could fit that criteria, that price range. So like that was it actually.
I do understand. Okay, that's very inspiring. Okay. And other than just resale condo, high quantum resale condo, new launches, project sales, from your Q2 sales, you do also close condo rentals, HDB sales, and HDB purchase. Okay. Here in particular, you have closed HDB buyers in Telok Blangah Crescent. Okay. So you actually serve buyers, and I think in today's market, a lot of buyers, they don't want to pay the 1% commissions to engage a buyer and to engage agents to help them. They think that they can save that amount and do it themselves. So how do you convince them you are 1% worth paying, okay, to go with you? Can you share with us on this? So
for myself, I don't actively prospect for HDB. So my HDB, when I deal with HDB, my sales and selling and buying is actually from referrals or from existing client they need to sell and buy. So actually this HDB buyer is actually from, so in a way, right, it's from social media exposure, because I post online that, I'm a property agent. So this is actually an ex-colleague from my bank, back in I think this is from my previous bank. So it's actually even prior to 6 years ago, actually my ex-colleague. So if you say whether I'm close to this ex-colleague, actually no, not close. But she reached out to me saying that, oh, she saw that I'm an agent. She's planning to buy a HDB, see whether I can help. And then from there, usually I'm very upfront. I say, yes, I can help you. But, just for your understanding, HDB buyers, serving buying, you have to pay a 1% commission. But I explained what that this 1% commission actually covers. So it covers my services, cover what I will help them to do in return of this 1%. So I can understand, because actually as a HDB buyer, a 1% is actually quite a lot, because HDB buyers' budget are not a lot. This 1% is actually could be even more than their 1 month's pay, or equivalent to their 1 month pay. So it's quite a lot. So I actually will meet up with them, sit down properly, go through with them. What is the whole process of buying? What does this 1% get you? So from there, they're agreeable, then we move forward. So I will make sure that they're comfortable with this, and then we will proceed.
Okay, very good. So basically, in short, basically to convince the buyers to give you, to pay the 1% worth, the 1% is just like buying a big ticket items. It's just like insurance, okay, which will secure you at at a very comfortable purchase. Okay, you may, if you go direct yourself, you may end up paying 2-3% more.
Yeah.
Okay, because you do not know the market and you don't know how to negotiate, and you don't know the market value. End up you probably also pay COV. Okay, those are the things that you can convince your buyers, okay, to go with you. And one thing, based on your experience and you have the right analytics tools and stuff like that, they should be more assured to go with these well-equipped, well-skilled agents. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, Brenda, can you also share with us what are the things that you probably will see you doing in 2022?
For 2022, I kind of want to focus on those that going to TOP projects or TOP. So I think, for example, just to name a few, I think Royal Green is aiming to TOP by end of, maybe at some end of this year if they can, if not it's early next year. So projects like that. Because I feel that, I think agents will understand that, because there is a shortage of TOP products, and people who do not want to wait, they will just probably go for these few products. Yeah. And then quite a lot of projects, we have quite a bit of projects will be completing in 2023. So when next year comes, next year is 2022, that means all those projects will be ready in about 1 year plus. So I think those projects will be quite good to focus on as well.
Okay. So TOP project, going to TOP project, basically what are the target audience that you all will be seeing? Actually is, that a lot of buyers, a lot of tenants, they like new units, okay? And they don't have to take a lot of liabilities on structurally on the fixture, okay? If they were to buy or they were to move in. And as a landlord agent, you probably can repeat the cycles of serving the landlord and serving the tenants in their future purchase. Okay. Any questions from the ground for Brenda? Any questions? If there's no questions, we will move on to the next Traverse interview. Thank you, Brenda, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we are slightly overrun, but let's try to speed up. And then, of course, we still want to hear from all the remaining two of our achievers. So do stick with us. And next up, we have another familiar face. Not only she in ZHD, but also the whole Preeminent Group, because if you still don't know her, she's actually one of the coveted millionaire realtors in 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑬𝑫 Group in the last few years. She's always clocking huge deals, and I believe she also has a lot of VIP, ultra high net worth clients in her pocket. So as an achiever herself, she I think we also can learn a lot from her. But this time she's joining our dialogue as the top manager of quarter 2. So let's welcome Jael.
Hey, hi guys. Hello. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. Just a quick introduction of yourself. Maybe we can hear from you.
Okay, for those who are new to our family, okay, I'm Jael. Okay, and most of them know me as interior designer as well, because I run my own interior design firm. So yeah, I'm with NGC division. I'm a branch division director, and I deal mainly with CCR in the CCR sector. So more on the luxury development sector as well. Yeah. Yeah, anything else you guys can ask me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think from us who've been in 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑬𝑫 Group for some time, we know Jael as those close one deal, then wow, six figures, and before this year or last year, closing 6-figure deal is very difficult. So Jael did it quite a number of times. So anyway, how does it feel to be a top manager? How is it different from receiving the top achiever that you always receive?
Okay. I think main thing is like all thanks to Brenda and the team for me to get the top manager position. You know, last time even when I didn't feel like I'm going to engage so-called like recruit anybody under my wings. You know, for me is I just do my own deals, I settle my own income, that's it. But you know, my mentor Angie has been saying, you know, you go and recruit. But the thing is, I don't want to teach from the bottom. I don't want to start teaching you from the basic to what and what. I'm not that patient. But getting Brenda and the rest of the team in has taught me patience. And not that they are very tough to handle. They are very good realtors. And the difficult part is also when I ask them to join me, okay, because they are based on our CEA number, they are slightly way more experienced than me. Okay, yeah, so they are joined the industry much earlier than me. But in a way, I got to know Brenda and the team through, she was actually my 𝑰𝑶𝑵 for Chorus at Keppel Bay. So we managed to close our first deal together there. And the best thing is I don't know Brenda that time. You know, she was introduced to me by my mentor Angie. Yeah. So from then on, you know, relationship escalate, you know, we get well with each other. We know that we are all doing the same segment, CCR. That's when I plucked my courage and say, you know, come and join me. So yeah. So through a long process, they joined, and then I mean, I'm very proud of Brenda and the team that they did so well. Yeah, of course, despite being like the tagger for them for 𝑰𝑶𝑵 and all, but I think I enjoyed more like seeing them grow and getting their income, you know, shoot up, skyrocket, which is good from, you know, previously from their ex-agency as well. So I'm happy floating in the air. Yeah.
So maybe can you share with us, like, is there any one thing that you've done to help the team sales grow in the past year? Maybe you got given some specific advice or shared something with the team.
I think more on like we sing the same tune, you know, being in the team together, working with them, you know, because I'm solely just in CCR side. So with a team that does CCR, which makes it much easier for every one of us. You know, you can tell me about CCR story, I can tell you about CCR story. So what I've done to make the whole team sales grow is because we all love the same thing. We love the same thing, we do the same thing, we sell the same thing. So when it comes to problems that surface, and then we will know how to tackle. You know, I might have experience on certain issues that she's going to experience. So basically we help one another through that. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I can tell is that for those who have yet to recruit, then it first step to try out to recruit is to talk to people that already have the same interest in a certain segment, right?
More like-minded people.
I think that's the first kind of agents that we will want to talk to anyway. So the first step is to also ask them whether you want to come over and join us.
Yes, correct.
It's easier to also do your team building, right? Because you're as you say, singing the same tune, and then everyone's interested and passionate in the same segment, the same kind of property.
Yeah. Also, I also try to do an internal challenge between each of us. Who's going to get the next cup first? Who's going to get the next Infinite Cup? Who's going to get the next Insignia or even the Ultima Cup? Give them a challenge. Of course, out of the challenge, we can come up with some rewards and all. So it's more like a friendly, positive challenge between each of us. Yeah, yeah. So basically, it's singing in same tune, doing the same thing that brings up the whole team and do up the sales. Yeah.
All this brings the synergy of the team. Okay. So let's say if you want to advise a new agent, which direction he should go, what do you think, in your opinion, is the type of prospecting method that works for you?
Okay, like I mentioned, for new agents, basically you need to ask yourself, what do you like to do and where's your interest at? For me, last time before maybe I just share a bit. For me, last time before I joined, because my office, interior design office, is in the east. I always tell my mentor, I'm going to focus on District 15, D15. That's my GTA. Then when I joined NG, I see her like, wow, close CCR like nothing. Every day just close. So that's where I diverse my direction, because that's where also the big part of money is, and then the interest slowly built up. So you need to ask yourself, what do you like and how, and even ask yourself, give yourself a target, like 1 year, how much do you want to earn? Many of you know that I'm not like a very constant on the chart achiever, but I do more like, in 1 year, maybe I close 4 or 5 deals, and then I try to reach that Ultima Cup mark there. So basically is know where you want, which GTA, how much you want to earn, and also where you are getting your whole circle of friends, where are they from? Then from there you can know what you are more comfortable with, and also find the right team, find the right mentor to guide you. Yeah, because from all these things, mentor is very important, because it will actually direct you to the correct place that you need to be, especially like doing sales. Imagine you love closing, say landed. Yeah, you have great interest in landed properties, but in the end, your mentor asks you to go and do HDB or what, then you totally lost. Yeah, so basically, just segmentize your own thinking and see where you want to go from there. Yeah.
I believe you're very self-motivated as well, right? And you set a target, and you also do everything to achieve it.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry, Andrew.
And you also go and learn. If you don't know about this particular area, then you will learn about it and try to gain about it.
Yes, correct. For me also for me, it's like I do mainly clients relationship, building bonds, like what Brenda has shared, we make friends with them. For me, will be a long haul friendship in a way with my clients. I can only close, say, maybe 2-3 deals a year. Yeah, but maybe every quantum it can come in, the commission can be 6 figures or even hopefully 7 figures commission time. Yeah, but it is more of a long haul game for me in this trade. Yeah. Where else, that's the time where I have extra time also to do team building with the rest of them. You know, telling them what to do, what's best, you know, what gifts to buy for their clients. For me, it's very typical TWGT set, you know. Yeah. So so try to be also interactive when you speak to your client, you know, tell them, you know, input yourself with more knowledge on the certain segment that you want, that you like, that you want to plan your GTA at. Yeah, so as you know, especially all the transaction figures are very important, you know, when client asks you, talk to you about it, and then they ask you, hey, what's the price gonna be for this certain maybe landed house? You know, you need to know it off your mind, you know, commit out, you know, it's gonna be 4 million and blah blah blah. What's the transaction like? So as long as you gather yourself with that kind of knowledge, so in long term, I think it shouldn't be a problem for you.
I think the key word here from your team building and your own sales is the client relationship building, right? And the reconnection that even Brenda has also done. That is something you do quite a lot. You just need the 5 to 6 VIP clients to be loyal, or you must show the loyalty to your client also by showing up, by giving them, by sending them gifts or meeting them up with coffee, purely out of, there's like no intention, just really want to make a connection with them, right?
Yeah, correct. So I can even, like, you know how I built my relationship with my clients, you know, they can even go for family dinner, they will invite me, or, you know, hey Jill, I need to get like a new car, you know, or can you make an appointment for me over at this is Rolls Royce, Bentley, or whatsoever. So then these are all the extra things that I'll do. You know, even for the kids, they want to, they need to pop by somewhere to settle, and then basically just anything works.
Okay, so
yeah.
maybe I just ask you, like, how do you even start telling them that you can do this something?
I think more is the comfort level. So when I speak to them, I'm really like friends with them, you know. It's not like I'm trying to do sales. I don't do sales talk with them all the while.
Sales stuff.
Yeah. So we can talk, like, sometimes we talk rubbish, but sometimes, you know, we joke a bit. And then we can even say that, hey, you want to buy the house? No, it is crap, you know, this and that. So even though they like that house, you know, we can be very upfront. So when the comfort level is there, then you start to go further, and then they can just call you for anything else. Yeah, you know, it might not be just them buying, but they will, because of high net worth client, they have other friends as well. Yeah, and it cannot be just residential. It can also be commercial, where they get big office, you know, like a 20,000 square feet office. The rental is easily 200,000-300,000. So that's where you get even just for rental income as well, a 200,000-300,000 rental income. Yeah.
It's really more than any normal sales transaction.
Correct. And rental is so easy. So as long as for me, it will be just basic client relationship thing. So that's how I do it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we have to build genuine friendship bonds with our clients. Okay. It's not always about sales. Sometimes, like Brenda also doesn't mind losing one deal, but that really shows the sincerity and really the trustworthiness of us as agents. We're not just serving them out of monetary gain, but really wanting to help them. So I think the long run, if we are here in the long haul, that is the way to go. That's right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so do we have any other questions for Jael?
Okay.
Well, if not, I think thank you very much, Jael.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, there's one. Sorry. Heard you're very good in tagging. What's your secret?
Wow. Help from who? Tagging wise, I think so far, okay, close a few, mainly will be, or like what Brenda is a seascape. My secrets, I think because I like the project. Yeah, so in fact, there's no secrets about it. When I say I like, heard from Evan, I never tagged Evan before. Okay. Okay, yeah, so basically is I like the project, then I tag, and you know, I will study the surroundings, even to the surroundings, how many condos are there, or how many developments are around. I study to the very little detail. Even for Sentosa itself, I will even know the history of you know, South Island, North Island, this kind of thing. So when I tag, I keep talk until tell the history, you know, of this entire project to the buyer. Wow, they were like, wow, you know so much, wow, you know, the potential of this is so good. So just keep on talking. So basically it's just input, you know, knowledge into yourself. You know, I can also tag like Novel 18. I'm a tagger for Novel 18. So look for me also. I close a few there. Also for Seascape, Ritz-Carlton and all. If you realize these are all mainly in CCR area, you know, it's all nearby each other. So it's so much easier for me. Yeah. So basically it's just, the secret is just input yourself with all the knowledge around that whole segment. Yeah.
So I think as a tagger, the client also can see your passion and your love for the area and that project itself. Until they can feel it, they also are being convinced about it.
Correct.
Where they buy it.
Correct. Like it's so much, it's such a good buy, you know, I can say that it's such a good buy. This is only like, it's only 3,005 PSF, you know, the other side is selling like 5,000 PSF, you know, this how you convince them. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So if you need any tagger for luxury properties, you mentioned Novel 18, Seascape, what else? Ritz-Carlton. Wow.
Ritz-Carlton, oh, can't remember.
Anything luxury, you ask Jael first lah.
Yeah, just ask me first. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Jael.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jael.
Okay,
next in line for our dialogue interview is another inspiring achievers, okay, who is equipped with both salesmanship and leadership qualities, and is none other than Donny Lee. Let's welcome Donny.
Welcome, Donny.
Thank you.
Donny, can you do an introduction of yourself? I believe a lot of people already know you.
Ken. Before I introduce myself, first of all, I'd like to thank Zach, Andrew, and Sky. Today, all of you are very busy for setting up this and inspiring all our ZHD teammates to still scale greater heights. Right. I remember one agent told me the 1-2 tips that he learned from the previous session had made him a consistent 5-figure month-to-month. So and they are on the way to hit their diamonds and whatnot. So thank you so much. I'm Donny. In the industry for 13 years. My manager Zach, and we are all inspired by Kevin to implement group, to grow, to learn, and to make money together, right, and have a happy life. Myself, doing team building, recruitment, and also training. Thanks to a platform of the company and the team, we are able to grow. There are so much. I would say the word is space, right? Space, because with a great team, a great company, we are able to 大展拳脚, we say, right? We are not like limited, right? And with all the sharings, I'm able to grow. So that is myself. Recently I just achieved my nine diamonds in ERA, and is also the 9th Century Cup in this Bremen group. Some of you may think that I start off being so good. Actually, unknown secret is I got my first diamond in 2017. People talk like every time I get diamonds. Not true. Is I after a long learning process, struggling on the ground, learning from everyone, make mistake, do better. That's how I always grow. And after I start the business in 2009, 2017, that is how many years you're going to count. So unlike the new top agents here, they are so much better and faster than when we are. But with the opportunity, I think anyone who is new, you can earn your diamonds very easily by following like what Billy said, 听话, right? Then I believe everyone can do well in this business by having the right platform and the right training. Vivian mentioned about some of the things that I guided him, I coached him. I must say a lot of credit goes to her, right? Actually, I would say all the credit goes to her because she's so diligent in doing what she do. And as a team builder, as a coach and a mentor, we only hope one thing, which is actually we hope two things. One is the agent 听话, second is make money. That's all, right? And that's how Billy also follow Marvin footsteps. Brenda also learned from Jael, and Jael also learned from Marvin and her manager and all these division director. That's how we all grow together, right? So this is something that I just want to share. Sorry, I am a bit a lot for my own sharing. So, but I believe in doing team building and sales at the same time, and we all can do well in this business thanks to the guidance of Zach and of course Kevin, who are always leading by example.
Yeah,
that's my introduction. A bit
Thank
long.
you. Thank you, Donny. You see, before we even start the interview, his introduction is already so inspiring. Right or wrong? Okay. Donny, very amazing sales figure in quarter 2. So let me just share on Donny's sales figure in the 3 months. So basically, Donny have actually clocked in 221,000 in commissions in quarter 2, which consists of 1 new project. Okay, 1 resale condo, 1 resale condo sales, 1 resale condo purchase. Okay, 2 HDB sales, and 18 project non-tagger fee. Okay, Donny is also a project DDs, project division directors for Park Clementes, and these 18 transactions is from Park Clementes. Okay, very amazing. Okay. Okay, in the total figure of 221,000 in quarter 2, basically I would like to highlight 2 transactions. One of it actually contribute more than half of the figures in the total of 221,000, which is a new project sales in Infinity. He actually closed a 3-story strata landed deal and received a commission of 145,000, rather 146,000 in total. Okay, Donny, can you share with us for these particular transactions, what is your prospecting method and how do you actually generate this lead and maintain the loyalty of this buyer in this journey?
Thanks, Sky, for this question. A lot of agents are asking about how to prospect for client, right? To me, prospecting, closing, all these fall under this thing called sales cycle and salesmanship. I would say many of my deals previously, recently, and ongoing, right, is due to the conversion, right, of how we convert the client and how we pitch, how we angle, and how we recommend, and how we push them, but yet not pushing, right, with the right choice of words, the right follow-up sequence, and that's how we do it. So to answer your question, this person is this client, or rather, okay, one thing that I always like to say, I don't take my client as client, I rather as a friend, just like any of the top achiever when you talk to them over here. And if you are still labeling your client as client or buyers, right, when you introduce to someone else outside, right, then that's very bad. Right? You should always label them as friend, right? And when you present to them, you must say, if you don't mind, I take you as my friend, right? That's how I like to help you on your journey. So my list, actually, he's really my friend. Someone I know, how many years ago? Probably 10 over years ago. When I was doing dancing, I was doing salsa. I networked with people from all walks of life. Some income, some of humble income, some of rich income, which I don't judge them by their income, but I judge them as a person, whether I'm able to connect with them. Then we make friends, right? We don't make, just like school days, we don't make friends based on their income. But when I make friends with them as genuine friends, then when I first started, he's probably one of my first deal in my first 1-2 years. This person, he wanted to buy a real estate. I transacted. Then after that, I kept in touch. Then subsequently, he went to buy a second property, but I made some mistake, which I will not make today. He went to buy this property called, okay, Sunday forget the project name. Sky, my second transaction about the 2.5% commission. What's the name of the project? 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺. Okay, thank you. He went to buy 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺 without informing me, so I missed that deal. But because early of the year, I told my agents and those who attended my training that we need to gear up. We need to create deals, and we need to install TV, right? So install TV meaning all the people that you know, right? You need to put yourself into their social media, right? Social media is their TV. They view social media more than they view the TV in the living room. So when you are inside them, they are constantly remind, they'll come back to you. So my friend was constantly reminded of me. So when he's looking to so-called sell his property, which is 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺, his buyer is also a seller of the 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺, right? So,
okay.
so this seller, he called me, he said, hey, Donny, I need to ask your expert opinion, because to him, I'm a real expert. All right, so I share with him. He didn't tell me what he wanted to buy. He just tell me that he wanted to buy something, but he wants to sell first before talking about buy. I said no issue. Then I went down, right, and I did a listing presentation. So Sky, maybe I will skip the sequence a bit, because later probably you may be asking me about 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺, right? Yes. So let me just bring, because these two are connected. All right, so let me just bring them together. So when I went down, I did a presentation on 𝑣𝑹𝑬𝑺. I get an exclusive. Okay, you may be asking me about how I get 2.5% commission, but actually I'm not taking 2.5. Actually, I listed for 3% commission. Okay. Okay, so it was a 3% commission exclusive. I brought one of my agents to come and take a look how I did the presentation, right? And my friend was like, wow, you last time people charge 2%, you charge 3%, right? So for anyone who wants to learn how to get 3%, please come for my listing presentation, right? And my PSP, which is actually fully taken, but we see how you all can come in for next round, or come for my ERA training, is the same, right? I told him the cost has increased, right? I also don't want to charge you additional, but because of the things I'm going to do, because I'm going to do video home tour, the premium marketing, the photos, and the costing on advertisement. That's why I need to charge it. So he readily agreed, and he gave me a listing for exclusively, and I got a right price for 3%. When I started marketing it, it was before the first heightened alert. Right, heightened alert, if you remember. So I started marketing it So the pace was a bit slow, but eventually during the heightened alert, I managed to get a buyer through a co-broke. And I share with the co-broke my commission. Then that's how we close the deal very sharply, very transparently. I work with the co-broke agent. To me, I don't want to always, there are agents who keep direct buyers, but to me, I like co-broke as well, because co-broke help me to convince the buyer, because the buyer trusts the buyer agent more, and co-broke is your assistant to close the deal, right? So in Flower, I thought it was tough to sell, but at the moment it was a penthouse. It was not as difficult as I thought it is, because the demand and supply is not there, right? The demand is there, the supply is not there. So I listed it, and I managed to get it closed. And one important thing, one common mistake that agents make is they focus on just selling the property. But I focus on selling and also marketing the property and also marketing myself. So I did a video home tour. I did a premium set of photos, which I can use for my own branding ongoing, right? So if you go to my YouTube channel, Plenty Property, you'll see my Inflora for sale, that listing, right? It's ongoing there, and I run advertisement to let people know, hey, I'm on the ground marketing property. So when people are keen for marketing, they will be looking at me. So when I retarget this listing back into my own personal social media, so my other friend, when they see me, right, they'll be like, wow, your photo is so good, your video is so good. Okay, you are the expert. Next time I will find you, right? I would like them to think that way. So that's how we always, I get continuous referrals from my TV that I installed to all my friends who are on my social media. So, okay.
Can I just check something?
Sure, Andrew.
How much do you spend on the video, and is it also with the home staging?
Good question, Andrew. Video home staging are two different things. Rather two different costs, to be specific. Home staging, the costing probably close to $1,000. Then video probably about $600 to $800. But the challenge is not about the cost. The challenge is about you going there and doing it. Then after that, post-process, when you edit a video, the scripts, yeah. But I mean, if it has to be done, it has to be done. So I'm getting people to help me with the script. And at first, the video home tour, I must say, is really challenging, because I need to one shot memorize the whole segment and present it. So if you see my first few presentation was horrible, right? I even have a friend who very candidly say, Donny, I think your wife did the home tour so much better than you, right? Maybe next time you don't do, you let Marissa do. But I told him, I say, actually, I do agree my wife is really very natural in presentation. But I say, I cannot give up, right? I need to improve myself too. Then if not, how do I be better? And how do I lead by example, right? Because my agents will be looking at what I do. Then next time they ask me, hey, Donny, why you stop doing home tour? I say, I start, so I give up. How would that reflect, right? Because we don't become good by waking up. We become good by practicing and be there to make mistakes. Agree? Right? So I see how I improve, I memorize, and I told my videographer, hey, why not you do like a blogger style? So you edit my part where I can't, then you fill me up again, right? I will just go on and go on. So he also adopt my recommendation. That's how now my video, I'm so much easier. So as a segment, if I memorize halfway, I can't remember, then I will re-NG, but he will just edit it in. So it's so much easier for me to do. So the painful part is gone, right? So okay, let me move ahead with the affinity closing, right? After I got the check, I managed the expectation. I went down and closed the deal, right? So the other common mistake agent make, or rather not common mistake, common not do, but to me not do means you lose money, right? Agent go down, sign OTP. And after that, wow, congratulations. So then after that, wow, so after they left, right? That is one common way of agent signing OTP. Second one is go there and quickly discuss the purchase, right? So I went down, I asked him, what's your plan? He told me he's looking to buy, and I say, what's the criteria looking for? What's the top 3 criteria? So he told me this. Then he wanted to buy near Novena because the school of the kids' school is near Novena. Then I say, will you consider somewhere a bit further, but better pricing? They say, yeah, but not now because I sold Infora in, I can't remember, it's either May or June, right? Probably Sky will have the record there. May or June. Sorry?
In May, Affinity in June.
Perfect. So after I sold the Infora, I discussed with my friend. I say, actually, there are a couple of projects I think is undervalued. The pricing is good, right? Not necessarily we need to buy Novena because Novena here, the prices are quite high. And if it's not too far away, we consider. I say, okay, I'm open. So I brought in, I remember Florence residence because of the low pricing. Second is Affinity. If I didn't recall wrongly, I also bring in Treasure, but I can't really remember what is the third project. So I sent to him, then he take a look. Then he say, hey, interestingly, the PSF is really low. Then I say, yes. Then I say, then I recall, right, because I'm someone who diligently check email. I diligently follow the project. So I know Affinity strata lender is paying, Affinity is paying 4% com. The strata lender is giving a 55,000 bonus. Right, so I recall. So I casually asked him, have you considered staying in like a house in a condo? He say, oh, I never really thought about it. If the pricing is good, will you consider? I say, yeah, why not? Right. So I shared him the strata lender. Right. So he agreed. He said he'll consider. So I sent him the link. Thanks to ERA, we have this ERA web link, right? I send to him. So he don't need to go and Google where later your buyer becomes some other people's buyer. All right. So I sent to him. He captured it. And after that, I pace him out because I don't want to make him feel that I'm cornering him to buy so fast. But I also share with him that goods are moving. So I say, when are you available? After you check your loan, why not we go and view? So he said, okay. So I pace out. So, okay, what happened? In Forest, I like to, one thing about Forest, they like to increase price. And about Affinity, I increase price. So I don't know what other agents will do. Probably agent will tell the buyer, hey, you don't view next week, you view this week because next week is going to increase price. But I don't do that. I keep quiet. I don't mention about increased price because I know my buyer is not ready. You tell me increase price, you corner him, also no use. Right? So I keep quiet. I went down, pace him out and the viewing. And I told my tagger, please don't tell my buyer the price has increased. Okay, so this is one thing that I do because it's already increased. So why do you want to tell them to make them feel bad? Because there's no way you can do about it, right? And you must understand the price will keep increasing, so no point. So I went down, I viewed Florence, but in my back of my mind, I was thinking Florence commission versus Affinity commission. Obviously, I punched my calculator, Affinity is more, right? So I went down to Affinity. I showed my buyer. I say you can consider the 4-bedroom because his price is at 2 mil. Affinity 4-bedroom is at 2.2, 2.4. Right. We must always dare to recommend higher quantum. Because a lot of agents like, wow, 2 mil, maybe you set to 1.8, 1.6 or 2. But I like to go up and test it. And I presented, I say, how about lender, strata lender 2.5? I say, bro, strata lender is like staying, you see, imagine your car parked in front of you. Wow, sure or not? Then the house, the space. Then my friends, right? because he deal with US market. So I told him, well, bro, you at night, sometimes you sleep very late, right? You see your current place, imagine right now you are in the hall of this landed house, or your bedroom, or your study room. Don't you feel good? Even you need to slot at work, you feel like you have an accomplishment, right? You will not feel it's like a labor of your hard work. Don't you feel good about it? He said, yeah, I think good idea. Then I say, in my opinion, I find 2.5 million is worth it. Why? Because the 4-bedroom is already going at 2.2, 2.4. At this price, 2.5, you get a lender, you got a space of your own. How bad can it be? Right? Then he said, yeah, it's really a value buy, you see. Then I say, in the whole series of cluster, because by the time when I go down, there's still 8 units of cluster lender. But I'm the first to transact there. Right. I went down, the tiger told me, hey, Donny, you know, not all strata lender got 55,000 incentive. I stunned it. I said, then which one don't have? Then he say the other one better facing one, higher quantum don't have. I said, it's okay. That one, I'm not recommending. I'm recommending the lowest quantum one. He said, oh, okay. But he said, hey, this one got downside. I said, what's the downside? The strata lender, the other side faces the wall. He said, oh, a lot of buyer object that. I said, to me, it's perfect. With wall, it's privacy. If you go outside landed property, people want to have wall. Who wants to see neighbors? Who want to see view? Right? He said, okay, then you go and handle it. So I recommend my buyer. I say, wow, bro, this one faces behind wall is ultimate. You have privacy. You can do whatever you want. No one will see you. He said, yeah, agree. So as I sell him this is called salesmanship, right? Yeah, it's a conversion. So I tell him he gets sold. So the interesting part is he went back and he convinced his wife. He went back and convinced his wife, because his wife is not yet. Well, his wife is someone that I know. His wife, then after next day, he called me, hey, Donny, can I see the chauffeur? I bring my wife down. Say, sure, let me arrange. So I went down, I showed. Then the wife, very, very cute. She came and talked to me. Say, Donny, what do you tell my husband? The whole night he's trying to sell me this project. He's trying to hard sell me. The keyword is hard sell me. I was like, I didn't do anything. I just shared with him what is a good thing about this project. But I think he see value. Then, wow, he keep pushing me to buy more. So, but she went down. She said, yeah, it's decent. I don't mind. I'm happy to stay there. Right. So after that, it's almost there already. So I discussed with them. I say, now your property just sold, you need a funds, right? How do we smartly structure it in such that you will not pay ABSD, your funds can still come in, right? So this is some of the things that we do. If any agents are hearing this, you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. You can always check with your DD, if your manager don't know, you can check with your DD or the project DD. We are very well versed in this, right? In this timeline, right? So I don't want to openly share here, but there are methods we can go around doing it. Just remember, if you need time to delay for the exercise or the completion of funds, just talk to us. We will be able to give you ideas. So I spoken some condition. Okay, so I want to share with you one technique, right? Actually, 2 techniques that I employed during this session. Number 1 is okay. In Affinity, why it's good? Because it's near roadside school. And I told my friend, if you buy a property, okay, roadside school is not where your kids stay, but if you are near to this roadside school 1 kilometer, there's values, because the MOE going to change the structure, right? All homeowners who want to stay near their kids to study in roadside school, they need to move near. So next time your property price will go up. Then he agreed, right? So as I spoke to him, I use this sentence. I say, bro, you see, don't worry, you don't need to rush to buy. So this is my word for word I tell him. So I make it that I'm not pushy. You don't rush to buy, but you must know what you like, someone else will also like, right? He said, yeah. So if you don't buy, anytime someone else will take it. But you can take your time. This 2.52 million property, there's only one. If we miss it, we'll need to go for the 2.57. If you don't mind paying more, right? So he understands. So next day, he told me, he said, hey, Donny, I think I'm okay, but the condition will the developer give, right? So one of the common mistake agent made is they upfront tell buyer everything. Say, sure can, condition sure can. I always like to use this method, so call, I don't know if can. Then I can use this conditional closing. I say, bro, if I pull up now, if they accept, would you be able to go down to the show fact tonight to sign? Because we cannot propose for fun. I say, okay, if you propose, accept, I go down, right? So that night I still remember I have a dental appointment which I push away, right? It's not important. It's more important is the closing. So I arranged that night, I closed the affinity, right? With 4% com plus 55,000 is a 2.5 million property. So that's my closing cycle. And you know what's the best part? There's a part two. As I move along, the property was sold, slowly itself, right? And with the news of the near 1 kilometer to school thing, right? I update my buyer. I say, hey, affinity fully sold. Then he was like so happy because I helped him. He's so grateful that I made him to take action fast, right? If he move ahead to the if he waited to end of the year, then it's tough for him, right? So that's why he's very grateful. And after that, the best part is he also during the Mooncake Festival, he sent me a mooncake. And my agent was like, wow, you made 150,000 from him and he still personally deliver a mooncake to you. Then I was like so paiseh. Next day I also sent a TWG tea set now, right? So this is the things that we do, how we value add our client to make them feel like, wow, you are someone who actually helped them and they'll be grateful, right? So this is my part on this sale. Okay, Sky.
Thank you, Donny. Thank you, Donny. Okay, so actually to have a conclusion of these two deals are actually Donny Infora deals and his deal at Affinity, three-story strata landed are the two questions that I'm going to ask in this sharing. So basically, in a short span of time, in fact, Donny actually closed Infora on the 27th of May this year, and immediately about 12 days later, he closed Affinities. So basically, within the 2 weeks timeline, he actually, I believe, he did a lot of jobs and prospecting, and he is someone who actually planned the sales and staged the sales and purchase process to what he wants. He also set his timeline to do his closing. Okay, very organized and goal-oriented. Okay, leaders. So there's one question I would like to ask you in specific. Since you are getting 3% commission and your closing figure is 2.5, and this is a co-broke case, I believe that you actually give a co-broke of 0.5 commission to this co-broke.
I think I give her 0.7 if I didn't remember, 0.75.
If 0.7, that will be a 3.2%. Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
2.55 or yeah.
Correct. So mostly in today's market, most of the agents who have buyers, who have ready buyers, they will straight away ask, are you willing to 50-50 with me? Do you have this question from this buyer? And
this agent never asked me. He just asked for co-broke.
So initially, you all actually discussed about the commission before he viewed, or nothing was discussed? And when the buyers is interested, then you just say that probably your co-broke fee is 0.5, and did he negotiate further?
Yeah, she did. So I remember, I don't know why the record is I'm getting 2.5. I remember I shared 0.75 with him. Probably I take only 2.25.
I see. Because the transactor price is 1.302 million.
Right.
Okay. the commission clock is 29,295. So if you compute it's actually 2.5%.
Okay. I also can't remember. Yeah.
Understand.
Actually, 2.25. 2.25.
2.25 is it? Okay. That's correct.
Okay. And so Donny, thanks for the sharing sessions. Okay. One last thing. Would you like to share with us what is your market directions in 2022?
For myself and my team, we are looking at gearing up for greater success, right? In terms of digital, in terms of presence, in terms of outreach, in terms of connection, in terms of salesmanship, right? And for myself, I want to lead by example by doing branding, and I'm also guiding my teams who are interested in branding to appear more, to show more, to keep people in, to get their client, keep them in their mind. So they will be the next choice real estate advisor when they want to look for selling and buying. Yeah, so our direction will be going into brandings and creating deals. Right, deals are to be created, not to wait and see what happens. You must always create deals. So a deal creator must remember, must always think, how do I create deal? How do I create closing? How do I create the opportunity to meet my client, to connect with them, to stay on social media, to close deal, to pitch? How do I create? Right, then they'll give you more power when you're doing your real estate job.
Okay, thank you, Donny, for your directions. Okay, so we must always be proactive in the industry rather than passive. We don't wait for things to happen. We must create opportunities and sales for ourselves. Okay, hereby I would like to thank Donny, Jael, Billy, Brenda, and Vivian for your genuine sharings and empowering today. Very inspiring. Very inspirational sharing from all of you. I believe our ZHD associate have many takeaway from each of you. Okay, thank you, everyone. Lastly, as y'all can see, I can actually hear from our achievers that despite the fast market movements, almost every segments are actually moving very fast and well. Okay, but majority of the commission received in all of them is actually came from project marketing. So going forward, do equip yourself with knowledge, skill sets, and the various prospecting marketing channel to equip yourself, to well equip yourself in 2022. Okay, if you are not doing so, do attend trainings, okay, and get to know the market well. So when deals come, you're always ready. You're always ready. Your armors and weapons are already all on you. Okay. Hereby, is there any questions from the ground for any of us? Andrew, anything?
Yeah, I think as Sky says, we already covered quite a lot today. We heard from a lot of our achievers, and then there's a lot of valuable takeaway. If you had some takeaway to learn from, do show some appreciation by putting in a chat, or you can post on IG, post on Facebook. And it also goes to show again, like Billy says, it will show that you are learning and you are also up to date with the market. I think focus on the new launches. Can you hear peers coming up? So marketing, Commodore at Sembawang is also launching soon, and all this will create a lot of market activity. Then there will be spillover to resale and also other remaining launches. So I think we all are in a very good chance of making good money for ourselves and our family. So not too late to start now. And yeah, I think we're all inspired to find more success to the end of the year.
Okay.
Zach, anything?
Zach, anything else?
Nothing, just want to thank all of you for your participation and everybody who just joined into the webinar. Yep, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
This
See
is
you.
This is episode 2 of Cream of the Crop of Huang Divisions. Thanks for your time. And have an amazing day and amazing closing weekend.